going to Silk and VRTUS.
We are indeed. Let's see. Let's take a peek. That's that match to start the bottom of the hour. We got a few minutes here, don't we? We don't have to be in a massive hurry. Let's see.
Yeah, that's true.
It. Yeah, there we go. Okay, brilliant. Come back here. Oh, they already closed the training room. I didn't get the chance to say GG's to everybody. I love doing that, but well. Very sad. Very sad.
I'm just used to
out, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just used to being in a rush, so I just backed out. Hey, you know how for those of you guys who don't know us, we play very aggressive when it comes to finding battles, and we just come running out of one room to another like our hair is on fire.
I mean, in King of the Sea, if you snooze, you lose, right? How often do we come out looking for a game to fill time, and if you're not on the button, man, you missed it by 30 seconds. They've dropped and you're gone. So
yes,
and then you're left with 10 minutes of, as our old buddy Mr. Conway used to call it, the monkey dance, right? The talking head. I have to fill 10 minutes of airtime. What do I talk about? I don't know. Let's make up something.
Right. Exactly. So.
Yep. All right. Let's see here. I can go ahead and get set up for this next match at least. So we said Silk.
Yep. And VRTUS. Now, Silk is Asia's #2 team. VRTUS is NA's #3.
The number 3 seed, and then our maps are Land of Fire and North. Now, what do you know about VRTUS, Sath? I'm not familiar with these guys for an NA team.
You'll recognize them once they start lining in. One of the things that happens a lot on NA, I didn't comment this when we were talking about Resin, but a lot of people like to change their name for some godforsaken reason, and they also like to change their clan names to different memes of the day. And I believe VRTUS is one such example of that. I don't know if we have. I'm trying to see if I can get a team lineup for VRTUS on the page.
We should be able to do that in the tournament system, right? Let's have a look. WoWs should be able to do that over here.
So I will say some names, and you're gonna recognize them immediately. Are you ready?
Yeah, go.
Danny Loves. I am Coop.
Oh yeah.
Cowboy WY. The man with an RX-7.
Cowboy.
See what I'm saying? The whole Asian
Schwartz.
Tangerines. GM Schwartz.
GM Schwartz. Excellent. Okay.
BP Fresh.
Oh
yeah. You know these
Zach,
players.
There's a man after your own heart in this lineup. His name is literally Whiskey Leaks instead of WikiLeaks. I love this. I love it. It's good to, Zach, it's good to see some of these guys still around. You and I have been doing this for so long. So many players have come and gone. The nature of PC gaming. But when you see guys like Cowboy and Man with an RX-7 still here, still playing competitive all these years later, it gives you that little warm fuzzy, right? That, like, I'm not the only old fart still doing this.
You know, it's funny. I'll play ranked and I'll see a name that I haven't seen in ages, and I'll say hi to them. And sometimes they don't say hi back, and sometimes they do. And when they do, it's kind of fun engaging and saying, you know, what have you been up to? And for some people, they're like, I've been gone from this game for 2 years. I just came back to do whatever. So it's cool, you know, to see those players again. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's wild how often that happens. And it's sort of the nature I've learned over, all the years I've been doing online gaming. I'm sure it's the same as you. People come and they go. They come, they play for a while. They head out, their life situation changes, they get too busy, they can't play. They disappear for a spell. And then as things settle down, or they go play another game for a while, and then they decide they get bored of that one, they come back, right? The account's still there. All their ships and stuff are still there waiting on them, and I'm sure Wargaming sends them emails on the regular like, hey, buddy, don't you want to come play our game? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And eventually, sometimes you see those folks show back up, which is always a lot of fun.
They've been sending a lot of emails lately, and I think it's nice. Oh yeah, I get those emails all the time. Like just about for every event, they're like, check this out. Like for Laffy Dockyard, for example, they've got a little bit of history about it. They got a link to a video, and then on the bottom it says, "Let's play the game." Like literally a button there. And I like it. I think it's a great idea for player retention. Why not? It doesn't really cost them anything but the time to write up an email, and if it gets somebody logging back in, then they're doing their job.
That's what their main thing is, right? Because I'm speculating, but I'm confident because of the way that these things always seem to function, is that they know that if they can get you to log back in and show back up, that eventually the more you hang out, they'll get some money out of you, which is from their chair, the point of the exercise, right? This is a business.
They're a free-to-play game, and I don't, I don't have a problem with them saying, hey, spend your money. Now, with the different ways they might say, hey, spend your money, I might have some problems with, but, we'll try to stay out of that.
Fair enough. Over on my channel, quick look at the schedule, right? We're at the bottom half of the hour here. We're going to be bringing you guys round 3. That's Silk and VRTUS. And then about every 45 minutes after that, we have another best of 2 match. So we have KSD and ZZHL scheduled a little after 9. And then as we get close to 10 o'clock hour here in central US, TSYMQ, that is the China one, or Asia. TSYMQ, what are they?
TSYMQ is China's number 1.
China. They're the number 1 seed. They're the China number 1 seed. And if you have seen big international cross-server warships tournaments in the past, like last year's King of the Sea or the year before that, you've seen TSYMQ, you know how good those guys are. So that's going to be a real interesting match to see when the time comes. Of course, Bonk's very well known here on NA. So catching that as the last match today is going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely. I think that'll be good stuff.
Yeah. Let's see how we doing. Let's look at some early numbers over here. Now, what I didn't do was grab a tournament TV page, which I probably should have.
So what I do, moving some things around.
You do it with like a browser window, but I hate browser windows in OBS because they look like crap.
Yeah, but you know what? They're functional, and it's quick and dirty and easy. Like, for example, I can already just tab over, and we can see that TWA has won 3 battles so far.
Yep, so they're having a good day. Moai over in Group 4, also undefeated so far, having a good day. Now, I think we've got 2 teams that have already forfeited all of their matches today. XFQ over in Group 4, and then YOLO K in Group 1. I don't see any other teams. Yeah, everybody else is here and playing. So we had 32 invites and 30 teams actually show up ready to go.
Yeah, it feels a little odd when you have teams that don't show for an invitational tournament like this.
It is weird. Like you had. Now, I will say this. If memory serves, weren't they a little slow to get these invites out?
I believe yes. There was a little bit of sluggishness with that. And I think the problem was they made a rule. I was reading some of the chatter in this Discord, right? They made a rule that you've had to have played 50 battles in your clan in order to be allowed to be invited.
I remember this. And in other words, if you were going to be rostered, you had to have played 50 clan battles in this most recent season. I don't remember. I don't pay attention to that. I'm not sure I'm in the channels where that conversation would have happened, because it probably would have happened in like the back end channels where like the invitees had access to the tournament orgs and stuff like that. My suspicion is that caused some consternation though. Because I don't know that they announced that in time for everybody to have time to play 50 clan battles.
Well, that was the thing. That was the kind of controversy going into this particular tournament was they said, oh, well, you know, we told you there was plenty of time, but it was like halfway through the clan battle season. And as you may recall from our own experiences in Kraken playing clan battles, for some players, I just want my 30 wins in Typhoon and I'm done. Thank you. Bye-bye. You know, I'll give my steal and we're good. So to then ask a team to then, you know, ask a player to then change up their schedule after a very intense first few weeks to now, okay, now you got to do the last few weeks too. That's, that could be challenging.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, goodness. Well, whatever matches these guys are coming from, they must have run a little long. I see some folks in my chat asking about how they collect their winnings because of the way I do giveaways on Discord. I have a lovely mod today. That's 4BF is helping me out. So in between games, when there's not a game on screen, chances are there is a giveaway running in my Discord. And then once the giveaway finishes, the bot will draw winners, and you will get a direct message from 4BF with your code, your wargaming code of loot to enjoy.
Yes. And on my end, I have drops that just are a code draw that occurs automatically within a certain random amount of time. As a matter of fact, you know what? I think I'm going to just get one going right now. Why not? And all you have to do to enter for that is be a follower of my Twitch channel and active in chat. So you just type stuff in chat every now and then, and you're good. Basically every 15 minutes, and you're fine.
So in other words, your fancy bot just basically picks people off the list every so often and sends them a code.
Correct. So it'll open up the period of a draw, and I've got 10 minutes of activity essentially. So in 10 minutes, anybody who types something in chat is entered in, and then it does a followage check. If the person that it picked is a follower, then it just DMs automatically the code to the person. So ironically enough, Puddin won a code earlier today, my mod. And we've got special codes today. We've got, I believe it's coal containers and signals, I think is what it is. Or, yeah, so it's good stuff.
Yeah, coal and signals, and then I'm mixing in my regular CC codes, which I think are just crates, and then probably econ boosters, blue econ boosters, if memory serves. Okay. Somebody's having trouble here. Let's just do this.
Uh-oh.
No,
what's the matter?
Because I do giveaways on Discord, I have a permanent Discord link programmed into my bot, so that you just tell the bot, hey, what's the Discord link, and it spits it out. And then that you can, because when you make Discord links, you can set them to literally never expire, right? So that's what I did for this thing. And then for some reason, I've got at least one guy telling me, yeah, it's not working, and I'm like, well, I don't know why, but here, I'll just go generate a new one and send it to you directly. So congratulations.
Yeah, see, we all like to be fancy in our own ways, and it always blows up in our faces in our own ways too.
I know, right? Okay. So what I'll do though, just so that we clear this up, I'm gonna go update this link in the bot message. There we go. Never expires, unlimited invites. There we go. That should fix it. So there, we did. I don't even know what that means.
When does it end today? That's a great question. We are almost halfway through. This is the third match of 5 best of 2s. Yep. So we've got about an hour and a half left. If you're just tuning in, you should still get progress for your drop. I don't know if you're going to be doing this, Raptor, but I typically do an after party after the stream, and I'll continue streaming live for a bit. And historically, people have been able to get their drop that way.
I cannot do that today. So what I will probably do is just raid my viewers over to you, so that anybody who's still working on their drop when I go off the air can just join your party and continue working on their drops over there as well. Yeah, that works. That's the simplest way. I've got too much junk going on today, which is weird. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I'm looking at this. They're still trying to figure out why this guy can't join my Discord, and I'm going. Somebody goes, sounds like you're banned. I'm like, yeah, but I haven't banned anybody from Discord. That's weird. I don't know. That's just strange. At least I don't think I have. I think there's probably been some spam bots that we've kicked out right over the years and whatnot.
Oh, I get tons of those on Discord.
Oh yeah. Well, and I get them. The ones that irritate me, right, is like, like a day like today, I'm sitting here, I'm streaming, I'm live, I'm doing my thing, and you get some jerkwad that comes into chat. It's like, buy viewers here, and sends you a link, and it's like, really? Really? That's what you're... Get out. Just go. Just get out. That is so irritating whenever I see that.
My favorite pastime is going live on Kick and immediately being asked, if I'm tired of streaming to 0 viewers.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough, kids.
What's sad about it, though? What's sad about it? You and I are established streamers. We're Twitch partners. We've been in the biz for a while, right? Yeah. And we don't have to worry. We do it for fun, and people come and hang out, right? And that's it. We don't have to work really as hard, right? Let's be real. Exactly.
This doesn't pay my bills. Thank God.
But for a lot of people, this gives me a glimpse into people that are just starting, right? That don't have a ton of people hanging out and are just like,
it's rough out there.
The amount of predatory messages like, hey, I know a big streamer that can get you views or blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's really unfortunate to see.
It's bad. And it crosses multiple different industries. Yeah. I have people, and I'm sure you do too, that constantly want to DM me so that they can try to sell me art, emojis, templates, overlays. I get people, as you pointed out, that impersonate big streamers, right?
Yeah.
They set up a Discord account that makes it look like there's some big streamer, probably someone you've never heard of. But when you look at their profile, you go look at their Twitch account, you're like, this guy's got like 100,000 followers. He's way bigger than I am. What is he? What is he talking to me? And then that's when you realize, oh, he's not actually talking to me. This is some jackhole, like, trying to just, cheese me somehow. So there's all kinds of crap in this space, and it has become very, very predatory. It wasn't like that back in the day. It makes me sad a little bit.
Right.
Anyhow,
all right, it absolutely does.
We're slowly filtering in here. I'm seeing Silk looks like they're mostly here, and I'm seeing VRTUS has at least got one person. I'm guessing that their last match ran a little long, which is fine, no big deal. I'm excited to see VRTUS though. Like you said, it's cool to see. It's cool to see names you recognize. Like, oh,
yes. I can't remember if it was this group of players. There was a group that during COTS Trident Trials was named something that was, politically offensive. Remember I was saying about naming themselves memes, and were forced to rename. So they renamed to the US. Yes, so they renamed it to USPS, the U.S. Postal Service.
Which I suppose, depending on your point of view, could still be somewhat offensive.
Right? So...
Do you know one of the things that I love about the Warships communities, and this is just gamers in general, but the Warships community in particular, they are master trolls. Like,
yes.
There are just so many master trolls in the gaming world, and certainly in this game, it's a thing of beauty. You see some of the account names, like last game, WG Please Nerf Red Team. Like there was what was the old EU? Well, they were an EU team, right? Weren't they? There was a wargaming OP or something. There have been so many great competitive team names over the years that just poke fun at wargaming or certain ships or whatever. It is a riot to see people's creativity. It's so much fun. Sorry, Director's trying to type.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just chatting it up with my stream right now.
Yeah, same.
It's fun. It's fun. Streaming for 5 minutes in the future, it's really hard to be present, but also do the thing. So
it destroys your chat interaction like 100%, because ordinarily chat can type and I can talk back and we can have kind of a conversation that way. Well, on this delay, it never works. Tournament days, you're always working with working in the future or the past, your past, their future, as the case may be.
Right.
And so it is frustrating, but it's always fun.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, guys, the comments I've been seeing, I mean, they've all been positive, encouraging. I really appreciate you guys for that. I woke up at 5 a.m. Raptor 5:30, 5:15.
Too early, too bloody early.
We're both freaking tired, and so very much appreciate you guys tuning in. Your kind words, your encouragement, all that kind of stuff. It's what keeps us going. It's what gets us excited about days like today.
Yeah, do appreciate you guys being here. Zath, we've got a couple of minutes here. I've got somebody in my chat who's asking about the various collections and stuff on the wall behind you. He's fascinated by all of this.
Okay.
So yes. give me the 60-second version. Does each little cube have a theme? Is that what you've done back there?
Yes. So I've tried to put because I collect a lot of junk, and so I thought, okay, let's put a different theme. So I've got like travel. Stevie's got a very important cube up there. His ashes are up there. His pictures, paw print, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So he's always here in this room. That's very important. Babylon 5, very important to me. I've got my Babylon 5 DVD collection, as well as some action figures that I picked up at Gen Con a couple of years ago.
The old action figures, baby. Let's go.
Some I'm a man of many hats. So I've got plenty of my hats. I've got, as you can see, a shrine to wargaming, essentially, with my massive torpillo up there, as well as the smaller torpillo. Where the heck is that? There it is down there.
Shrine to wargaming. There's some people in chat that might take exception to that. I'm just saying.
You know what was funny was as you know, and many people in my chat know that I've actually applied to work for Wargaming as a community manager. And in one of my recent interviews, the recruiter comes in and says, "So tell me about the game." Never mind. Saw everything in the background there. And they're like, "Okay, I guess you know the game and you like the product." And, yeah, you think?
It's so funny too, because I mean, I'm not knocking on anybody. I don't want anybody to take this personally, but like, we've seen them hire people as community managers, community partners, whatever, to work on the game that have no knowledge of the game. They are not naval history nerds. They're professional computer game types, right? That come from somewhere else in the industry to work on this particular title. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's different, right? Because, you know, those of us that are naval history nerds that have been here forever, you know, we know so much about the game and the history and the ships. And, you know, you and I worked on the wiki and I learned a ton doing all that back in the day.
Oh, yes.
And when you run into these folks who now work for the company that makes the game, and they don't know a whole lot. you kind of scratch your head and go, huh, all right, well, I hope you're good at what you do.
Right, exactly. Exactly. And then the bottom row are like my old video game systems, right? Because I don't play them anymore. My original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360, and some of the most influential games in my life. For example, this one right here. I don't know if you recognize it. You know PTO?
Yeah. I know
this
PTO.
This game was my middle school and part of high school. And I used to rent it from Blockbuster so much that when my mom and sister saw this game at Funkoland for $45 used, they called me up and said, yeah, I've already spent that much already. So
yeah, knock it out. I have a good buddy of mine. I never owned a Super Nintendo back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I know PTO because I had friends who owned one and played the hell out of that game.
Okay.
My console, and I still own my original 8-bit NES. And I have a buddy I've been working with recently who started playing. I met him through Star Wars Unlimited right here locally.
Okay.
He's worked a couple of tournaments with me, and he's come on the stream. He comes to the studio, and we'll play cards down in the studio and do stuff. He collects NES games. He told me he has like 200 at home, old 8-bit cartridges, and I'm like, so I said we could do a whole YouTube channel of just you, like me, just discovering all these 8-bit games that I couldn't afford to play as a kid.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely, and that's one of the fun things right now is being able to go back and revisit those games.
Yep.
I love it.
Zath, we got a game. Why don't we check this out?
Yeah, we probably should get to the game, shouldn't we? That's kind of why we're all here.
That's kind of why we're all here. Let's have a look. Silk and VRTUS, ladies and gentlemen. This is Asia, I believe, and
Asia's
Asia,
2,
right?
Asia number 2.
2 and NA's 3 here.
Yes.
As we spawn into Land of Fire, Zath, talk me through the Silk lineup in green, the top of the map.
I gotta say, I'm excited. We are starting off with a Hoffman. With Lutyens, a Hoffman
Georg
here, everybody.
Hoffman, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, check
Let's
it out.
go. And a Cassard. And then we've got and an Henri 4, as well as defense. That's Miracle Shino AI, or I. And then we've got a Hindenburg with range. I like range Hindenburg.
I like it on this map for sure. I think there's some value there.
And we got a Petropavlovsk, that's Lyco Reco in unique upgrade, Petro. And finally, some letters in for Khan.
ZXC. We'll just call him ZXC.
Well, yeah, there you go. All right, tell us a little bit about the other side. Yes?
Good. They have invested a lot of points in that Petro. Let's see what kind of work they get out of it. Now,
very expensive.
VRTUS, bottom end of the map. Let's have a look. Both teams running double destroyer, 4 cruiser, single battleship. VRTUS's battleship is a Bungo, a ship that we had only started to see little dribs and drabs of coming into King of the Sea last year. I'll be very curious to see how they deploy this ship, how well it performs. Fronted by 4 cruisers. Let's start with man with an RX-7's Moskva. Legendary upgrade here, 12-kilometer radar, of course. GM Schwartz's Henri Quatre headed towards the 10 line, where it will undoubtedly do good work. IFHE Henri Quatre. Ooh, check it out. Getting good pin on those Russian decks.
Exactly.
Agent Tangerini's Howden Liu, unique upgrade. Probably going to play the inside straight, I'm guessing, here along the 6-7 line. Fronted by Cowboy's Cassard. Cowboy, one of the long-time competitive destroyer tournament players we see here on NA all the time, frequently in these events. Very much a torpedo build, as you would expect out of a Cassard. On his port flank, Cobra's Vampire Deuce, obviously going to move up here and try to play the cap. And all alone at Bzath, BP Fresh's Yodo, very clearly set up with as a torpedo cruiser to receive whatever push comes down the 2-3 line.
Oh, absolutely. He's basically all in torps except for slot 6 with the reload. And yeah, it's a good idea. Pack a punch. Why not? But that's a heavy gambit, though. They're basically just saying, we're going to win C or die trying.
I was going to say, VRTUS basically betting the farm here on winning C. 6 ships from their lineup here headed towards the C cap in and around this island chain, this archipelago that works the entire eastern half of the map. Vampire getting set up to try to reverse back into C. Can see these torpedoes coming. Knows he's okay. As the Georg Hoffman plate gonna look like he's gonna try to mirror this move at the top of the cap.
Yep. And it makes sense to send the Hoffman to C. It's got the Hydro, of course. So
now Hoffman's detection is, let's see, 6'4". So Cowboys Cassard can't quite pick him up, but we aren't too far away. I expect him to draw some extreme hate when the time comes, as an early Moskva salvo there, going downrange on Lycos Petro. Both teams bringing a 12-kilometer radar to C. That's going to make for a whole big mess at some point.
Yep. Cobra's about to get into the cap. I'm waiting for that tripwire radar to pop. Chat's asking where my Atari is. I started with Nintendo.
I started with the 2600 many, many, many moons ago. Mom and dad brought a 2600 into the house when I was a kid.
I think I had
Lots of speculative Yodo torpedoes going out. Now, I'm going to look at this BP Fresh's build. Does he have direction find? He does.
Yes,
so
of course.
This is an RPF torpedo cruiser. That's an odd choice. No, I mean, it makes total sense for how they're deploying the ship. It's just not the sort of thing you would ever see, like, in randoms. But BP is going to get absolutely hammered over here shortly. He doesn't yet realize the amount of firepower that's going to fall on his head, but he will soon.
And now he's detected. Here it comes.
Well, say he's lit. His torpedoes are going to pass in front of soon, as the Bergonia shells are going to start falling in, and this is going to go badly. He does catch a glimpse of Destroyer soon.
Yep, soon pays for it a bit. But he just sails away.
Coming in. Looks like it's a little astern, but he does take at least one big citadel there. The Henri coming around the corner, salivating. And here comes what has to be the reload boosted AP, and there it is.
Now it's his turn.
He dunks the entire first salvo straight into the ocean. Not led correctly there. Bounces most of the rest of it. Yodo's light cruiser armor holding up there.
I'm amazed he didn't, like, lose a turret or something, because the Yodo's turrets are just so weak.
They're very, very fragile. So now, very clear what's going on the 2-3 line. VRTUS rotating, I think it looks like the Bungo back. They do pick up the Georg Hoffman. He was really caught out there, and they bagged that kill.
Well, that's kind of what VRTUS is hoping to do, right?
Yep.
Win this flank.
First blood going to VRTUS over at the C. The big 6-on-4 now becomes a 6-on-3 as they try to get BP Fresh's Yodo out of here alive. That's going to be no small task.
He does have this island going for him.
He does. He can't escape detection. Destroyer Sun's going to keep him lit. I was going to say ZXC waiting for this turn, knowing that it had to be made. BP's going to juke him a little bit, take a little bit of full pin damage, and then keep cruising. BP's a little behind the Henri there. The Henri, the other problem with those Japanese shells, right? The Japanese 152 shells are so slow. They have such weird shell velocities.
And I love it. I mean, Sun is just sitting in the B cap.
Just chilling.
Just telling BP Fresh where he is.
They bring Black Ribbon back to kind of keep this Henri honest. Working so far. Cowboys Cassard here has not yet run into Destroyer Sun. Small health advantage for VRTUS here in the early going, but they're at the risk of losing BP Fresh's Yodo here, as they have more or less cleaned up the area in the archipelago here in and around the sea cap now.
Yep, here we go.
Schwartz's Henri versus Hoshino's defense is going to be interesting here in a moment, I think.
Yeah, we always see the fun fight at the Fidget Spinner Island over here.
Yep. They do bag the Yodo, kind of not unexpected.
Yeah.
Henri is going to take one of these torpedoes. Those are big, hard-hitting Japanese torpedoes, and there it is. BP speaks from the grave and gets some revenge there.
Nice.
Hoshino, Schwartz staring each other down here. Oh,
nice hit.
Big hit up forward from the defense's guns. Can Henri match it? He can't. Doesn't get that there. Doesn't get any big hits there.
20 torp. Blink, blink, blink.
Ooh, Henri kind of in a pickle here.
Oh, Schwartz is going
to... Can he dodge all of these?
He's okay. He's okay.
Barely going to make it. He is. He is going to manage to dodge them.
With no hydro. Impressive. Ooh, look back at A.
Yeah. Cowboy stepping in here, blocking these points. Cap lost to the opposing team, making sure that they can't hold on to it, or they're not getting points out of it right now. Now, Bungo versus Burgonia is an interesting duel, Zaf. Both of these battleships much more battle cruiser-y, not very well armored.
True. Very true. I'd probably give the edge over to the Burgon, though, especially in this particular engagement with this hiding away positioning already. And the fact that he's not going to get...
Burgonia far better than I do.
Yeah, in the fact that the Bungo is not going to get any help from Cowboys Cassard, whereas Sun actually could do some like 20-point maneuvering and get his torpedo arcs on Black Ribbon's Bungo.
Now, Tangerine's planes here might be impactful. Cowboy and Destroyer Sun were basically proxy spotting each other through the island.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember Warships' mechanics, inside of 2 kilometers, regardless of all obstacles or anything that might block your vision, you will automatically detect an enemy ship at 2 kilometers or less. Points and ship lead here for VRTUS. 120 points and holding. The B cap going nowhere. Both teams ticking up 1 cap each.
Yeah, Silk needs to find a way in. I don't know why Miracle's defense, he just decided to smoke. I mean, he's on Schwartz's Hydro. Maybe he didn't know that. He does now.
Miracle looking like he's going to... Oh, big Citadels there up forward. He's going to try and bring his single-fire torps to bear. See if he can win this duel. Schwartz is 100% going to go out here. Going to take the torpedoes and lose it.
But now he's broadside.
The AP, yep. The AP to the Moskva means that it ends up just being a trade. No real gain there or loss for either team.
Yeah, I think that's one of the difficulties, though. It's really a loss for Silk, right? Because they don't have the pressure on CCAP anymore. It completely frees VRTUS up to redeploy their forces over there.
Yep, the Moskva can now basically, RX-7 can basically go anywhere he likes at this stage of the game. Nope, all the interesting action going to probably happen around the B cap here the rest of the way.
Yeah, Cowboys got to find a way to do something as well as sit in the cap.
It's just as opposed to just hold the points back. Yeah, right now Black Ribbon's been doing all the heavy lifting over here, and now he's starting to come under fire from 3 different ships. The Burgonia is going to have his starboard flank in a minute. They brought the Petro, that's Lyco, back over, and the Hindenburg is also taking pot shots.
That's right. Now,
Cobra's Vampire Deuce headed that way.
Z's Burgon manages to actually get into Cowboy's torpedo arcs, which is kind of funny. He's pressing so far deep to try to get this Bungo and to get Cowboy pushed away. I guess it makes sense. Silk needs to do something.
Yeah.
So, fine.
It's on Silk to make a play here, right? They're 120 points down. They have to be the ones to break the status quo. all VRTUS has to do is hold. Even if all they do is hold the B cap and don't let those points tick, they will still win this game eventually. It'll just be slow.
Yeah. Now, if I'm Gelbert's
Cowboy's about to be in trouble.
Why? Because of the Burgon?
Well, because the Burgonia is coming around the island and he is proxy spotted. And those torpedoes are going to land. He's going to land a couple here. Oh, just the one, apparently.
Just the one.
But he's got to break detection, and there finally another good-sized hit out of the Bungo.
Oh, the Bungo, yeah.
Starts to put some serious pressure on ZXC.
Yep, and not only that, but Cowboy does go dark.
Yep, they pull Cowboy out. They're gonna let them have those points for a minute. If they can pick up the Burgonia, if they can grab this kill on the Burgonia, and they're close to it. Ooh.
Yeah, nice hit there.
That's a good solid hit. Then that's going to feel really good. It's that they're not going to miss the points that they gave up by letting Silk tick up the B cap for a little while. Black Ribbon's about to run out of map. Cassard torpedoes coming in. He's got more shells going down. ZXC is going to take torpedoes and go out right here.
Yep. Good play by VRTUS, and this actually is the reverse of what I was talking about before with battleship plus destroyer support. Silk didn't take advantage of that opportunity and gave VRTUS the same opportunity.
I love this destroyer swap, Zath. They're pulling Cowboy out and rotating Cobra's Vamp Deuce over there. The Vamp is going to be a much better ship for contesting that cap. Now Gelbert's Hindenburg is pushing in. I think Silk is realizing it's desperation time.
Now, this is actually a play I was going to comment on earlier. I really feel like Gelbert's Hindenburg would have been better suited going through this channel while everybody else is looking at B and he's not detected. Try to get on Agent Tangerine's side and just AP him to death. But it's too late. He waited until the Bungo essentially is gone, so now VRTUS can just divert all their attention to him.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to survive to make this torpedo charge, and when he goes out, that will be the game. Those points should put VRTUS over the top. Oh, no, only 40 points. Okay, so it's very close, but it will happen in seconds now.
You got it. Gotta get set up for my death pick. So sad when you see naked ships.
Yep. Solid win all around. VRTUS looking really good here in game 1 on Land of Fire, Zath.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Absolutely. 2 kills for a man with an RX-7.
I still can't stop gushing. Like, I don't want to stop gushing about how cool it is to see some of these guys still out here playing competitive boats. It just makes me so happy. Makes me so happy. Irrationally happy. Oh, look at you. Look at you. All right, guys, game 2 inbound shortly. Give us a few minutes here. Obviously, we've got to get back and change the map, and teams might change their lineups given that we're going to north. So, slightly different things here.
Yep. Just a reminder, my chat was asking if we can just go over the point system again. So, as a reminder, if you look at the rule set on my channel, that's a bot command !WMI. It pops up with the link there. You'll see all the different point values at one of those pages, and basically teams have 100 points to distribute however they wish. And some of the more powerful ships like Christopher Colombo are just, you pay through the nose and good luck with the rest of your team. So that's kind of the comment that Raptor made about the Petro. You can see that's 20 points, 20 points. That's a very expensive boat.
Yep. I mean, the Moskva wasn't much cheaper, right? They paid 21 points for RX-7's Moskva, but I feel like they got good value out of that Moskva for the work that it did over there at the CCAP.
Yeah, they definitely got better use out of the Moskva than Silk got out of the Petro. But I don't think it's the ship. I think it was more just the deployment and how they utilized the boats.
I was going to say, to me, in that instance, it's all about the deployment, right? The Moskva having that 12-kilometer radar surrounded by 5 other ships simply gives you more opportunities to find angles, put shells on target, land shells on target, because sometimes you just get trolled by dispersion. So, you know, when that Moskva radar comes up, when you have 5 friends to shoot at what you found rather than, say, only 3, it makes a big difference. And we saw it there, how quickly, once they had the Georg Hoffman identified and isolated, he's out, right? I think he made it to the second radar, and that was it. It's good to be doing this with you again, Zach. It's been too long. It's been too long.
It has. You guys have no idea, like, just when Raptor's like, Seth, I miss casting with you. Can you tell me when you're doing another tournament? I'm like, well, Warship Masters is coming up. And he's like, I'm there. And it was funny because, you know, I've done a lot of tournaments without Raptor in the past year. And typically I do those with Puddin. So then I reached out to Puddin. I said, hey, I hope you don't mind, but Raptor wants to do the tournament together, and you know, we got to make this work. And he's like, go have fun, because for him that means he doesn't have to wake up early or stay up all night, which he did anyway.
He came into my Twitch chat a couple of weeks ago after we had basically said, yeah, we're gonna do this tournament together, and he was like, thank God for you. I didn't want to get up early. He was just like, he was so excited he wouldn't have to get up at the ass crack of dawn to do this event. And it's funny, you and I have been doing this for years, right? I remember one of the first international tournaments we did, man, I cannot remember when it was, but like probably King of the Sea, maybe like 9 or 10. It's been a hot minute. And it was like, we were casting the international bracket. And we had to be up. It was like this. It was like a 7 a.m. start or something. And that was the first time we'd ever done it. And oh man, that was rough, right? So yeah, for sure. I feel that pain.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, when I put it on the calendar, a lot of times we don't know the timing yet. But at this point, when I have my conversation with my wife, the question from her is this an EU timing tournament? And my response is typically yes. And she says, because she knows.
Mine's the same way. Yeah, mine's the same way. Ginger will be like, wait, is this one of the early ones? I go, yeah. She go, I don't care. Just do whatever. Because she'll just sleep through the whole thing. She just doesn't care. It'll be, you know, it's 9 a.m. now here in the U.S. Central. We got about 2 more hours to go, 2-ish. We'll be done. And then I'll log off and be done with this for the day. Done with boats, you know, doing my own stream for the day. I'm going to go probably hop in and call a couple of Star Wars Unlimited games later on somebody else's stream. But there's a big tournament happening in Chicago today. Your neck of the woods, actually. Yeah, your neck of the woods.
And you're not here?
Wow. I am not. Clearly not, because I'm sitting at my house doing this with you. I couldn't be doing this if I were sitting in Chicago. But they were looking for folks to kind of remote in and do some casting, and I was like, yeah, I'll come in and call a couple games. It's late August, which for me in my house is birthday season, right? Dad's birthday was yesterday. Mom's is in about a week. So to this afternoon is birthday lunch. So I have a very full schedule, right? It's going to be a busy day.
Yeah. Gonna be a long one too. I've got a long day as well. I'm actually going to a birthday party tonight for our neighbors, and that's going to be a lot of fun. It's way the heck away driving wise, like an hour and a half, but they're celebrating. I think it's her 60th. I think it's her 60th birthday, and they're making it like a big deal. And they're basically making kind of like a wedding reception. So like, you know, you go and they've got a menu you can choose from. They've got an open bar, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, sure.
Now, remember, you got to be up early in the morning, so be careful with that open bar. I'm just saying. I've seen you around an open bar. I know how dangerous that can be.
It can be. That's very true. However, one of the nice things about the fact that they're celebrating their 60th or whatever is that the event itself will be done by like 8:30. So I don't think we need to worry too much about, you know, that's not enough time to do the damage necessary. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh so hard. It makes me think of my wife, because we almost always have this conversation. It's very common for us on the weekends. We'll sleep in late. Commonly we'll get up, we'll have, you know, we'll cook breakfast, we'll have brunchish 10:30, 11, and then at that point, you know, you've had one meal, and by 4 or 4:30 you're hungry, and usually we'll be like, okay, let's go out and grab a nice meal, go to one of our local favorite restaurants or something. And anytime we go to dinner at that early in the day, like 4:30 or whatever, my wife always calls it eating with the old farts. right? Because your grandparents do that. They was like, oh, it's 5 o'clock, it's time for dinner, I got to be in bed for 7:30, or whatever. And so you saying that just immediately triggers that memory in my brain, and it just makes me laugh.
Oh, totally. I mean, it's my wife and I, we always say we get along better with old people, because we have those similar kinds of mannerisms. We eat typically earlier in the day, and whatever. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's funny. But you don't go to bed at 7:30.
No. I'm a night owl, and it's been tough.
Oh, yes, you are.
Hey, now you're the one talking, as I saw you posting on Discord at 11:30 p.m. and I was already in bed.
I am too, dude. No. My point is, I know you are. I am too. Right? Left to my own devices, a normal night, I will go to bed sometime between midnight and 1 and fall asleep sometime after 1. And then my body wants to sleep till probably 8 or 9 in the morning. But of course, we live in a daywalker world, right? And so my body clock doesn't line up with daywalker world, which makes
And Raptor takes naps, everyone.
I do. Absolutely. Naps are God's gift to us all. You should all enjoy it. It's time for a game, Zath, shall we?
It is time for a game. Let's do it.
Let's do it, baby. All right. Why are we back on Land of Fire? I think our mod has made a small error here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm willing to bet you this game restarts instantly, because this is not the right map.
Yeah, nobody's moving yet. Well, the clock is still probably ticking down.
Well, the clock is still ticking. Yeah. But I'm betting this will be going back to the training room moment, because we should not be here again, ladies and gentlemen.
It'll most likely then show draw on the system and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, everybody should just exit back.
Action stations.
Yeah, literally nobody's moving. All right, I'm just going to take us back to this screen here while this cleans up, because there's no way this game's actually getting played.
And I'm just going to awkwardly sit here and watch. Ah, there we go. There's the draw.
It's like, fellas, oops.
All right.
Now I'm wondering, okay, so the training room is correct now, but I'm wondering what happened there. Zap, you troll.
I always do this. Whenever we have a draw like this, I always say close game, could have gone either way.
Could have gone either way. Yeah, could have gone either way. Couldn't predict that one until the end. It's all right. It's all right. So these things happen. It's not.
Yeah, it's so the room host just forgot to set everything up. That's all. Very easy to forget when there's a 10-minute break in between. I have hosts in my chat saying, wait for the fun to happen.
Too funny. Too funny.
Can you tell we got up early today?
We definitely got up early today, because I can feel the slap happy, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, take two is about to begin.
Take two. Let's try again. And this time we'll actually talk about ship lineups, which can't have changed legally, by the way.
Ship and captain and all that. Yep.
Yeah. All right, here we go. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's game 2 of this best of 2 series between Silk and Resin. No, Silk and Resin? No, Silk and VRTUS. My apologies. Brain's still on last match. Zath, talk to me about the Silk lineup here in green. What do we got cooking?
Silk looking to take a game back from VRTUS here, bringing a Marsu with Abanyu. A druid. Sun is now in the druid, saying, I wish I had guns, compared to the last game. We've got III again with the Henri 4. Miracle Hoshino has traded his defense for an Incheon. Interesting. Gilbert is in a defense. We got Lyco Reco in a Puerto Rico. The Puerto Rico, everybody, is here.
Puerto Rico.
And finally, Z has decided he wants a little bit more tankiness in his battleship based off of the last game, and he's gone with the ultra tanky Kremlin.
Now, that build on Incheon, that's outnumbered? Am I reading that skill correctly?
I'm sorry, Incheon is... Yes, using
Isn't that outnumbered?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Up a game currently in the red bottom of the map. This is VRTUS. You're in a number 3. Let's start on the left. This is Cowboy's Shimakaze trading his Cassard for a Shimakaze this game. Backed up by BP Fresh's Yodo doing good work last game to the maximum extent he possibly could. Here in the center, Black Ribbon's Poison, our second Poison of the day. Hopefully this one will go better than what we saw out of Resin earlier in the day.
Yes.
Man with an RX-7 trading his Moskvos for some Murica and American Piercing. This is legendary or unique upgrade Des Moines, so he has crazy acceleration. There's that Daring. I think Daring is a very efficiently costed destroyer in this event. That's Cobra, working the bottom end of the sea cap, backed up slightly, about a couple kilometers behind him. That's Whiskey Leaks' Z52, long-range hydro, plenty of good quick-firing guns.
Yes.
And all the way on the far eastern flank, the GM Schwartz still in the Henri Quatre here, taking some early shots at Plates Marceau, who is already diving the sea cap, Zaf.
That's a traditional play we see even in randoms. You have a fast boat trying to get into the sea cap, get to that safe spot. A lot of times they get detected. A lot of times they lose a lot of health for it, but they do manage to go dark and get the cap. They just pay dearly for it.
The problem is he overshot here.
Yes, he did.
He actually steamed out of the cap and will have to reverse back in.
And now he's on Z52 Hydro.
Yep. Locked up now on Whiskey Leaks' Hydro, not quite snuggled up close enough to that island yet to avoid all the incoming shells. Should be now, though. If you're Whiskey, I guess you probably hang back here and let Schwartz move up and deal with this. Maybe? Or do they even risk it?
I mean, they're trying to get...
Ooh!
Yeah. Just in time.
They got DM shells on him, but they just missed it. It wasn't in time for the reset.
The problem though is, how do you get out of there?
Oh, and look at that beautiful shot on the Silk Henri.
Nothing doing.
He didn't get anything good out of that one. He's going to put some more shells downrange, and those are mostly going to go into the island.
Yep. Look at all the torpedoes on the Henri.
Yep, this game developing. We're barely 3 minutes in, and just a mountain of action over here already on the 9-10 line between the sea cap and these two Henris. Plates just getting absolutely hammered in there. I mean, they picked up C, but it's almost virtually guaranteed to cost them this Marceau.
Right.
It doesn't feel like a good trade.
No, he would have been better off just running away and turning north after he overshot the cap. But he didn't. Oh well.
Yeah. ZXC's Kremlin continuing to now pushing in on the sea cap. Coming under secondary fire from the Poison. Presumably, they're trying to pincer RX-7 here. Check it out.
Yeah.
Look at the Rico.
Yep. Bold play, but definitely something that has to happen.
They do finally bag the Marceau in there. Puerto Rico coming under Yodo fire, but that feels pretty inadequate. Rico doesn't give a crap about that.
Yeah, he doesn't care about that at all. All right,
so to shove 12-inch American AP right up RX-7's stern.
Up the butt, and oh, that hurt, and in the face too.
Just like that, RX is in 2 quick salvos destroyed. One of the how do I want to phrase this? Lesser known. No, I'm trying to figure out, like, one of the lesser known vulnerabilities of American cruisers is that you can reliably citadel them directly through the stern.
Yes.
At the right ranges. And Lyco obviously familiar with that, taking full advantage of it right there.
Right, and you can also oftentimes overmatch those cruisers in the face as well, which is what Z's Kremlin did as well. So there you go.
I missed it, but they also took out Schwartz's Henri over here all the way on the edge of the map.
Yes. So that happened right afterwards. So Silk is up a ship right now, technically. Oh, look at the other side. Look at Cowboy. Cowboy being chased by Inchon and Druid.
Yeah. He's going to run out of map, I think, eventually. That Druid Hydro, probably not enough range to catch him. He should be able to reliably stay ahead of that, but I don't think he can stay there. I think he's got to turn and run back south.
Now, Sun doesn't have radio location. Miracle's Inchon does. So we know he's pinging where, you know, what direction, and Sun literally just has to sail that way. So they can't triangulate Cowboy's position.
VRTUS getting much better work out of their poison than we saw earlier out of Resin, but at the moment, down a ship. They're trying to burn out Lyco's Puerto Rico, but they haven't gotten there yet. And Black Ribbon himself in a very, very bad pickle over here, kind of in a 3-on-1, really. You can see ZX moving up, clearly going for the ram.
At this point, that's the best that you can hope for, is just go for the ram and be done with it.
Well, they've got a ship lead, so they can afford this ram.
It's ZX gets a nice hit on BP.
They needed that. So the battleships trade out, a very common thing we find sometimes in these situations.
Yes. Oh, Cowboy detected now.
BP's still trying to burn out like, oh, Cowboy's dead. There's no way he survives this. He can't smoke. As soon as he smokes, yeah, he's toast. Yeah.
The enemy is about to
trapped up against the map edge.
Yep. Very good use of radio location there. And double teaming.
Don't think that Silk is going to lose this game, Zath. Looks like VRTUS is basically done. They might yet claim this Rico. I think they're going to right here.
If that's the case, you know what's interesting, Raptors? So far, we haven't had a 2-0 blowout. Good dodge.
Of the ones that you and I have cast, we have not seen the 2-0. That's true. Little surprised that Lyco was able to dodge those torpedoes, but he was.
Yep.
Still pushes 10K through the Yodo's bow. Does get it. Defense bags a kill.
Oh,
goes down. My bad.
Goes down. Correct.
Now that's interesting, Zach, because that ties us up at 3 ships each.
Yeah, all of a sudden we go from, hey, this is looking pretty good for Silk, to, uh-oh.
Well,
you can see eyes on Ree, like...
Yeah, but Whiskey's in trouble here, yeah. Okay, here we go. Now let's see...
The enemy is about to win.
Okay.
Missed.
Whiskey Leaks barely sneaks away, so it's a question of whether or not they can pick up this kill on the Henri.
I think they can.
The Yodo has free reign to C, but I think it's going to come too late. If they can kill the Henri, even if they pick up C, I don't know how they get back into this game.
Right. That's the problem.
They're 200 points down and still falling. Killing the Henri buys them time, closes the gap a little bit.
Two minutes and 26 seconds if Henri lives. That's a big if.
Look how slow these Japanese 6-inch shells are. It's just painful to watch these things fall. You could they have parachutes on them. It's crazy.
All right, chat. We're gonna make you suffer. We're gonna follow these shells the whole time.
It's rough. It's a rough light. You're the one that used to joke about the shells needing an in-flight meal, right?
Correct.
I stole that from you all those years ago.
You did. That's right. Those shells have an in-flight meal. I was just about to say that too.
They are absolutely going to back this Henri. He's going to burn out here in seconds. Then they're going to step onto C. And suddenly, just like that...
He's got a heal.
Oh, he's got a heal. The Henri makes it to the heal.
Oh, and the Z52 buying the farm, trying to get this kill.
No, don't die, Whiskey.
Whiskey might pay for this dearly. They get him.
Oh, I think he got a little cocky there.
He did. He got a little desperate. They know how close he was.
Yeah, I think he got a little cocky there.
But VRTUS does get into the C cap. That will delay the game a little bit longer.
That's going to buy him some time. But they no longer have eyes on this Henri. He got down to like 1,000 HP, popped a heal, and just kept running away, and now they'll never see him again. There's no point in him letting himself be seen.
I do want to call out and comment BP Fresh's Yodo play, though. He luck-chucked torpedoes. Yeah, he luck-chucked torpedoes at B. If Sun didn't have Hydro going, that could have been a different experience. Why not? I mean, the presence to know that is fantastic.
I despise Yodo, okay?
Yeah, me too.
I hate this ship. But it has been unquestionably a privilege to watch BP play it because he's somebody who obviously has put the time in to learn it, right?
Yes,
to understand
exactly.
how the shell velocities impact it, how to lead those shells, how to get good use out of the torpedoes. Because it's essentially a torpedo cruiser and the guns are kind of an afterthought.
Yes. Here comes the I saw this in COTS maneuver as the Henri is trying to figure out where the Yodo is.
Now, I don't think we're going to have time to see Druid versus Daring, but we might. No, 13 seconds left is not enough time. Yeah, nope. Henri is going to camp behind the island, and that is going to be the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Silk is going to hang on. It looked like VRTUS might have found a way to sneak back in, but losing the Z52 meant they lost those points and didn't have the time to find a way to make it happen.
Yep. Brilliant game. Great series by both players.
Yeah.
Both teams,
this has been fun. It's fun to see teams like this that are very clearly like evenly matched, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to get out quickly because we were late here, which means we might be late to our next appointment.
Who's our, let's see, who's our host for the next one? Let's have a quick peek. Twinkle. Twinkle, little star.
That's right. And that's KSD.
Yes, it is. Got it. All right, let's update things a bit. Okay, our maps are... We are in round 4 now. Northern Waters and Sleeping Giant.
Thank you much.
And Sleeping Giant. And Northern Waters. And what are we at? This is now...
It's KSD.
KSD and ZZHL. KSD
and ZZHL.
And ZZHL. And when we hit the apply button, there we go. Everything updates magically. Ta-da! All right, there's our next match. There's our next match, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we may have been running late, but ZZHL isn't even in here yet, so we seem to be doing okay.
Yep, but it's important for us to just rush on over just in case, because we are technically 4 minutes behind at this point from the scheduled start.
You know what, though? If we're only 4 minutes behind in a tournament like this, I'm okay with that.
It's a good day.
Right?
It's a good day.
That's a good day, ladies and gentlemen. That's
a
good day.
I'm going to use this opportunity to run to the restroom for a moment.
Go for it. I can entertain your viewers. I promise not to drive them away.
Tell them the tale. Go. You know the one.
Tell them the tale. Yes, tell them the tale. So somebody in my chat, we were talking about Zath and an open bar, right? And somebody was like, "Where would you guys have had the chance to have an open bar?" Zath and I have met up several different times over the years. Okay, the very first time would have been all the way back in late 2017. He came down here. We went to Let's Battle Tour Lexington, down in Corpus Christi, and then since then, he and I have been to 2 community contributor summits, one in St. Petersburg, one in Belgrade. He came down, he and his wife have come down to visit us a couple of times just on their own, like, hey, let's come hang out. Sure. We did a trip a number of years ago, back in 21. Hapa Fodder put together an event aboard USS Kidd in Baton Rouge that he flew down and then drove over with us, and we attended that. So we've hung out quite a bit over the years. Open bar sometimes is in my house, right? I have a lovely, if you guys have hung out with me and seen me gaming in the house, I have Studio C downstairs. There's a lovely dry bar in the corner. And when folks come over to hang out here, man, it's open season. Mi casa e su casa. There's something there you want to try, help yourself. Like my favorite bourbon distillery likes to say, they made it to be drunk, right? So don't leave it behind.
That's right. That's right. So I don't know if you saw, I'm holding up, this is the pamphlet from our first time.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Complete with
that's crazy.
The map of the Lexington.
The map of Lexington with all the stations marked off. Yeah. Look at you.
So
I think I still have mine somewhere. I know I still have my shirt and some of the other loot from that, but wild. Now, let's go back talking about boats for a minute, Zath. Talking about familiar names. Look in the training room. There's definitely some familiar names in here as well.
Yeah, Verm is alive and kicking.
Vermy's still around, and Special K. Look
Special
at that.
K.
I miss Special K. What a great dude it was. He was a great dude he used to hang out with.
Yeah. I'm in pretty regular contact with him actually.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. He's good people.
Yes. Yes, he is.
So, yeah. So, should we tell them the story from the first CC summit? That dinner.
Which one?
Which one?
You're talking about the one with Chase?
Yes. See, we already know where this is going.
My suspicion is this game is going to drop very soon. So here's my suggestion. Save that
Hold
story for in between game 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It is a good story, ladies and gentlemen. We want to tell it, but let's tell it when we have the appropriate time to devote to it.
That also ensures that you guys are stuck here for 20. There's your hook.
Look, I'm not stupid. I know how this game is played, as Tyrion would say.
Wow, I'm loving this in-game chat right now. You guys are missing out on all the fun.
I know, right?
So both teams are readied up. There's there we go. All of them are ready now. So
yeah, we should. This shouldn't be too long.
I'll let them know that we are ready to go. Bonks and Moyai first place in Group 4 so far, beating out Rain. Interestingly enough.
Ooh, in
Resin
Group 4?
In Group 4, Resin and Throw in first place in Group 3. Ayaya and ZZHL are top 2 spots in Group 2. That's what we're looking at now with KSD and ZZHL.
Now, Rain and Moyai haven't actually played yet, but they're playing this round, so that'll be a good series to see. And then Rain and Bonks don't play until tomorrow morning, so you and I should try to sign up for that match. Just saying. Yeah,
we should. We absolutely should. And KSD currently... Well, let's not talk about them.
I haven't even looked. What group are we in?
We're in Group 2.
Group 2, KSD. Oh, let's not talk about that. No, let's not. That's forget it. We don't want to talk about that.
All right. Well, they're asking us to type ready if ready. So
come on, guys. Like we've already said something like 7 times. Let's go.
Start the game already. Like the old Age of Empires 2 meme. Did you ever play Age of Empires 2?
I did not. I have watched it and seen it, but I've never actually played it.
You can type numbers in a chat and it'll play a WAV file. So like, I can't remember the number. It's like 11 or something. And it literally says, start the game already. Or you type like another one. It goes like, wood, like please. Stone, please.
That's good. That's
monk,
good.
I need a monk.
All right.
Anyway.
All right, Zath, here we go. Let's head into this game here.
Let's do it.
Bam! Game 1, KSD and ZZHL.
Ooh.
Yeah, a little spicy. It's going to be good times, kids. So,
which one do you want?
Let's start off. I'm going to start off with the KSD lineup because this is interesting.
Yeah.
For starters, apparently K didn't get the memo. Everybody else in their beautiful school bus camo, right? And then there's K. K's like, screw you guys. I have to be special and unique. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 1. Welcome to Northern Waters. Let's have a look over KSD's lineup. KSD fielding a double destroyer. We're looking at a Barbiano. We saw a couple of these earlier on this map. It didn't work out for that particular team, but we'll see how that goes. Running Dazzle, Trash Panda is.
Yep.
Russo here in a Z42. It's a triple cruiser lineup. Friendly Shimakaze and a Prince Orangi. That's gonna mess me up. K running a defense, HMS defense, and Rainy Day in a Howden Liu. Unique upgrade. For the first time, Zath, a double battleship lineup. Yep. Vermicelli fielding a Kremlin, and Beesums here in a very traditional Montana build.
Yeah, that's why I said, ooh. But what's interesting is you got a special captain on the Montana without the special abilities or skills or whatever, the buff skills. That's interesting. But look at Verm.
Didn't pick those. What's ZZHL got cooking down in red at the bottom end?
Well, I just want to comment real quick. So Verm using Zemensky for all the buffed skills. Great choice. On the other side, we've got ZZHL with Kleber rushing as fast as possible, getting out the ores even probably to get to the A cap as quickly as they can with unique upgrade. Lucian backing him up with basically a full gun build. Pretty cool. Napoli backing him up as well with Pack a Punch, all, you know, your typical secondary Napoli stuff. And behind them, a Stalingrad. They chose not to bring a battleship because you can bring Stalingrad instead. Heading towards the sea cap is a Daring without anything special other than it's running Swift and Silence. That's an interesting choice. That makes him move a lot quicker because, of course, he doesn't have engine boost consumable.
Yeah, see, I like that idea for a British destroyer.
But that's at the cost of his main battery reload. So that feels a little awkward. We'll see what happens. We've got a Zhao with the unique upgrade. There you go, with the extra whatever the unique upgrade does. And then you've got the defense
I can tell you in a minute. Go ahead.
behind it. And yeah, and you just have the defense working its way to the C cap. And there's the A-flip.
Zhao's unique upgrade improves dispersion slightly and gives you slightly more range. So it's basically a blending of main battery mod, of range mod and dispersion mod, and at the expense of not taking either one. So you're not getting the maximum range, you're not getting the best dispersion, you're getting a slight buff to both.
Right. Now, I could have sworn there was something else baked in with rudder too, but maybe I'm wrong here.
No.
Okay.
Not for Zhao.
Interesting.
It's all about the main battery there. Well, the early race to A has worked out for ZZHL. They've grabbed A. Lu Xun now sitting over there with his long-range hydro ticking away. Easily will avoid these torpedoes and just act as a tripwire to try to keep things out. They can see Ruzo's Z42. They catch a glimpse of the Kleber.
Yep, the Dow just hits the W key.
Yep, few shells falling on Ruzo, but once they lose sight of him, he is fine. He's pushing up here for the island along the one line. This island here, frequently very impactful here at the A-Cap. This game on Northern Water is going to play very differently than the match we saw earlier because there are 5 green ships on this flank and 4 red ones, as opposed to the match earlier we saw where there was most of that firepower went over to the other side of the map.
Yeah. Yep. So Ruzo with that hydro, you can see very decisive. It's going to allow him to claim that island for the Dominion. Now, the big question is, what are they going to do with it?
Well, for now, they're probably, I have to presume, they're going to try to work the Barbiano in to the top end of the A-Cap. The trick is his surface detection is high enough. It's going to be a problem. Yeah, it's going to take his smoke to do this.
Yeah. Yep, he's going to make Inky. The problem is he's going to get picked up on Lucian Hydro if he keeps going forward anyways.
He won't. He'll stop. He has to know that Hydro's ticking. So he'll slide over. There's a gap that he can work the top of the cap here and pick this up.
Yep, now he's detected on Stalingrad radar.
There we go. Now the Stalingrad radar is absolutely going to make an impact here. ZZHL planned for this, knowing that eventually they're going to need both. So as the Lu Xun Hydro expires, the Stalingrad radar kicks in and allows them to defend the A-Cap.
Yep, it's a nice attempt there by KSD.
Now,
yes.
Have a look at the 8-9 line, Zaf.
ZZHL
is not being idle over here. They are pushing here at the same time they're holding the A-Cap. This is impressive.
I've been watching it, and I'm sure that they said, okay, we've seen so many ships over on this side at this point. They know it's only 2 defending on the other flank, so we've got 3.
Yep.
3 is bigger than 2. Let's go.
K's Hydro is ticking. He sees the conga line torpedoes coming in. They know the Daring is in the cap with them. K's going to take at least 2 of these, despite his Hydro.
Yep.
He's going to slide his stern out of the smoke here. But not quite. Oh, he doesn't actually quite get spotted. Well done. No. That's a tight balancing act to know where that line is.
Well, it's keep in mind, the spotting is the center of the ship. So as long as the center is still within that smoke ring, it's okay. But
his
then the
smoke expires. Yeah, smoke expires. More torpedoes coming in. That's going to force him to leave. He's going to have to abandon that position.
Meanwhile, back at A, Verm is shoving his Kremlin in.
Yep. Kremlin diving the cap, backed up by the Barbiano. Prince Orangi now moving up to the island. Kremlin's going to take one of these torpedoes, but he'll be fine.
It's a Kremlin.
They do lose control of B. Not wholly shocking. as they're rotating the Howd and the U, that's Rainy Day. Looks like he's going to head back to try to help play the other cap.
Does make sense. The big question though is Worm going to take these torpedoes? Looks
He is
like
not.
no.
He's already turning.
Yeah.
Hands already on the rudder. The trick with Verm, of course, is that he's down at about half HP.
Yes.
So, and his next heal is, well, his next heal is almost here, so he'll be able to recover a chunk of that health. So the question, I think it's going to become a holding action at A while I try to figure out how to break back into B, presuming that they even can.
And ZZ's already set up in kite away as well. They're basically just happy to sit here and hold.
The enemy is about to win.
Very interesting.
Yeah, the only one over here that's not set up to kite is the defense. They have. I'm actually curious to see if Rainy's going to get a good shot on him. His smoke is going to expire here soonish, about 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why Rainy hasn't turned around, is he just hasn't had the ability to.
Barbiano gets a kill, Zath. He picks up the Lushun by moving out into the middle of the map.
Yep.
Love it. Big kill there for KSD. They needed those points.
Oh, they do. Yep.
The enemy is about to win.
3 minutes on the timer, 200-point lead here for ZZHL. The defense now lit on Hydro. He knows somebody's there.
Here comes K's shots.
Yep, they can see the Lu as well. Nope, superstructure.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to focus out Beesam's Montana, whose next heal is 20 seconds away. And they're
They
doing
might
a
get
good
it.
job of it.
DCP is down as well.
Yeah. He's trying to turn, it looks like, to get his guns on the defense. 10 seconds on this heal. He's not going to get there. That's a really big kill for ZZHL. They needed those points. They got them. More importantly, they got the ship off the board, and now they retain a 3-2 advantage in the fight around B.
Right. So the big question is going to be, how is Rainy Day going to play this? Defense's issue is that almost all of its firepower is in the bow, in the forward arcs.
Yep.
So coming in from the rear is perfect for Rainy Day.
Yep, gonna force LY out of position here.
Verm.
As Kremlin shots coming in from Vermi on the other side of the map there.
Okay, connects.
K finally lands some big hits. Now let's see how the stern armor on this thing holds up to the Dutch AP.
I'm looking left, I'm looking right. Who's going to get the final shot? Here comes K Salvo.
K's
Comes
looking
Verm
decent
Salvo.
there. Verm's going to get it. No, he doesn't. He doesn't get the big hit he needed.
Dutch Oven misses.
They do land. They did get a fire. That fire could be the difference. It's not the difference, but it is impactful there.
But now you've got Rainy that kind of moved a little bit farther up than he wanted to.
No,
He'll be okay, though,
I think this is good position, because now, for starters, look where the Barbiano is. Barbiano's picking up C. Like, all of ZZHL is down in the bottom left corner of the map. They're gonna have to organize some kind of push. KSD can then just slowly back out of A, although admittedly they're still 280 points behind.
Yeah.
But that gap's going to start narrowing very quickly if they're allowed to pick up the B cap, and it looks like that might happen.
It's Venerania dropping on the Stalin. Nice hits there on the Stalin.
Now, I think they're going to lose Vermi here. They've chosen the right target to try to focus, but Kremlins are irritatingly difficult to kill in the hands of the right player. Vermi's got a lot of battleship experience. It goes back all the way to the beginning of the game, all 10 years of it. Let's see if he can hold this thing together long enough to get some cover.
Well, question two about the Dow's Kleber. He was kind of in a spot where he doesn't want to be, can't really get his guns in the battle. He's just got to sit there.
Yep. Rainy takes a torpedo in the stern. Not a good thing.
Verm is burning. He's out of heals and out of DCP. That's a dead
DCP's
Verm.
20 seconds away. He's... Oh, you're about Verm. Verm's going out. They do finally bag the kill there. But they might lose this. They might lose to Dow.
There goes Rainy.
2 big kills, and suddenly ZZHE is literally less than 40 points away from a win, despite owning no caps.
That's right. Trash Panda, though, walking into the B cap. Should be good there.
So we're going to be able to... KST is going to be able to pick up B. ZZHL, they're going to stop the Napoli on the edge of A here. They're going to have to try to get this reset. They cannot let him finish this cap. It looks like the Orangi Bombers are going to help here. They do get the reset. But Russo has to give up HP for this play. They don't have a choice. They can't let the Napoli cap. And here comes the Kleber charge around the stern end.
Here we go.
Shimikaze's ready for this or not? His turrets aren't looking.
He's not ready for it.
Nope. He's going to dodge most of them, though. Look at this.
But the key is it forces him forward into the Napoli, and he does... Oh, never mind.
Forces him into the Napoli. Does he have the AP loaded? Oh, but the Napoli torpedoes are going to finish him off.
There it is.
That's not quite the game.
Wow.
But it is going to allow them to eventually pick up the A cap. So now KSD desperately needs a kill. But they need both these kills, and I don't think they're going to get them, Zap.
No, I don't think so either.
A close game, a narrow comeback, but it looks like KSD is going to fall a little short. Yep, 70 seconds now to a ZZHL win here in game 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think even a kill will not change the math on that.
Well, we might find out.
No, Trash Panda's turning to avoid... He didn't know those torpedoes were coming, but he avoided them anyway. And QJ is just going to make sure and die and just smoke up so that he doesn't have to deal with Panda climbing up his stern. Of course, that tells Panda where to look.
Mm-hmm. 30 seconds remain.
KSD needs a kill, but in order for that to happen, they've got to be able to spot something. Trash is basically just going to try to sell the ship here. He's blind firing. He doesn't have a choice.
Nope.
15 seconds. All the shells going in on QJ's daring here. Can finally spot him. Not in time.
Not in time. But still get a death pick. Ooh.
Close game.
I gotta say, I love these new death destruction effects. It's just so fun.
They are fun, aren't they? They are a lot of fun. All right, game 1 going to ZZHL. Not an easy win by any stretch of the imagination.
No. They had to work for it.
All right, let's see how these teams fare as we go to everyone's favorite map. Sleeping Giant.